AskReddit.
What is the worst thing that has happened at a high school reunion party that you attended? At my 10-year reunion, the organizers were doing the thing where they give awards for the person who came the farthest to attend, the person with the most kids, etc. The award came up for who had the oldest kid, and people started shouting out their kids' ages. When it quieted down, this shy girl near the front said in a normal voice, 11, and then we all realized why we had stopped seeing Heather right before graduation. The Heather for my graduating class got pregnant in 8th grade. None of us believed her. It was really awkward when she had her baby. 5-year reunion. One guy, always kind of a marginal figure in HS, but a nice person, after some sort of discussion, got his paycheck out and got loud saying, "Now do you think I'm a loser? Don't believe how much I make?" Check this out. Of course, he just made things worse, and everyone was laughing at him. I mean, he had his paycheck on him? Haven't seen him since Jesus. I mean, he could have at least done the more subtle douch your bag thing, like wear a giant luxury watch or show up in an exotic car. Went to my partner's 5-year at the local Elks Lodge. He grew up in a really rich town, so it was super extravagant. Best part was the open bar until like 9 PM and then cash afterwards. We were all having a great time until some scumbags snuck into the basement and stole a bunch of booze, literally multiple boxes. When the bartenders found out at 8:30, they were furious and kicked us all out. Ruined what would have been an excellent night. Some people just can't handle nice things. My 10-year reunion killed itself before it happened. Turns out our class president, traditionally in charge of organizing, took a hard turn for the evangelical after high school. Highlights of her event planning include no alcohol allowed, not even BYOB. A few classmates in a reasonably successful band offered to play for free. She was adamant there would be no music or dancing, plus ones were to be spouses only. 2 guys happily told her they'd bring their husbands, and she kicked them both from the Facebook page. The venue was the high school soccer field in Iowa. In August, we were welcome to bring our own chairs. A few people offered to bring beanbags and bocce and similar games. She said no, because it would make the reunion too much like tailgating. Suggested entertainment was a guided tour of the school, which had undergone zero change since we graduated. Catering was from Hy-Vee, which is a grocery store. Their food is actually okay, but tickets were $60. It was ultimately cancelled because out of our class of 300, less than 10 people bought tickets. Edit. Wow, that's a lot of comments. Okay, frequently asked questions. This was Eastern Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City region, which makes the Sutton Footloose morals all the weirder. It's a pretty liberal area. I cast no judgment on Hy-Vee catering. Put down the pitchforks. Their food is good. Just not $60 worth of good. I sadly couldn't come up with the name of the band, short of messaging dudes I haven't talked to in 20 years. Looks like they haven't been active in quite a while. A bunch of people who stayed local did indeed pick a bar and a Saturday night to meet up, and had much amoral debauchery. Rumor has it there was even karaoke. It makes a good story, but I'm ultimately sad for our event planner. I got the impression that she really needed everyone to see that she was the most good person who was doing everything right, and that she hadn't been in control of something in a long time. I hope she's doing better now. At my 20-year reunion 2 decades after high school, 2 guys got arrested for fist fighting on the sidewalk outside the bar we went to Friday night. Why were they fighting? One of the guys slept with the other guy's girlfriend in high school, and drunkenly brought up the 20 years ago fling. Neither of them married her, or even dated her after high school. Those idiots got charges 20 years later for her, though. Small college reunion with my core group of friends from university. This was about 5 years after graduation. We all partied pretty hard in school, but mellowed out in our late 20s. Decided to all meet up for dinner at a local bar restaurant. Think Applebee's, but nicer. One guy showed up already wasted, with a duffel bag full of multiple packets of weed and the bottle he started on before meeting us. He decided we were boring, finished his bottle in the restroom, and refused to come out. He ended up passing out there. Bartender kicked him out. He came alone in an Uber, and we had no idea where he lived. None of us wanted to take him to our places. He was angry, puking and belligerent, so we dropped him off at his last known address. His parents' house. Both of them answered the door, and we handed him over. It was past midnight and incredibly awkward. He's not invited to the next reunion. One guy had made not one but two fortunes and had a net worth of well over $100 million by our 20th reunion. High-speed modem patents in the late 1980s. Early investor in broadband, right place at the right time. He'd already retired. On our classmate update bulletin he listed his occupation as unemployed and unemployable as a bit of a gag. Some of the well-meaning but clueless types sought him out to offer encouragement and tips on how to find work. Didn't happen to me, but I had this friend who got someone pregnant back in the day and she kept the kid. They've both been great about it. He helps financially, but that was the extent of his contribution. She married soon out of high school and met a great guy who has been the de facto dad. Either way, it's a day bring your kids if you have them event, and someone let slip that my friend is that kid's real dad. And the kid heard it and it was a fucking shit show. Everyone was trying to figure out who said that, and how could someone spill that secret, etc. In the end my friend pretended he was. We'd been there less than an hour. Having a great time reconnecting. Suddenly an old friend approached and said, "Is that your wife over there?" She's pretty hammered, and as we watched, she tripped and fell face first, full body crash onto a 12-top table where many of my old classmates were sitting. The table broke, food and drinks flew everywhere. I walked over, scooped her up and half carried half walked her out the door. She took Xanax before going, unbeknownst to me, and was an alcoholic who started slamming drinks as soon as she got there. So, good times.
Like, comment and subscribe, and also press the bell notification. We are coming up with best stories for you. Stay tuned.